Hello, friends, and this is your Monday. This is your Tuesday, April 1st, Rock the Star math lesson. No, this is not an April Fool's joke due to a last minute situation. I'm going to have to cancel today's lessons. So, you have recordings. Yay, yippity skippity. So, let's get started. In case you've forgotten, my name is Miss Smith, and I am your teacher. Whoop, whoop. My email is tsmith@lsoa.org, and my number is 682-777-9474. Our class expectations. We're going to L. Listen carefully so that L, yes, everyone can learn. E, enter prepared and stay engaged. A, arrive on time. R, be respectful of your learning and the learning of everyone in class. N, never give up. We're going to be safe with our learning. That means no sharing outside links or personal information. Appropriate with our clothing, conversations, and backgrounds. Friendly, helpful, and encouraging at all times. And with our environment, no distracting conversations and chat, no distracting images in the background, and no distracting conversations on the mic. With that being said, let's head on over to the next slide. Today, we're going to talk about how we can solve multiplication and division problems using arrays, area models, strip diagrams, and number tables. Ooh, that is a new one. To show numerical relationships in real-world situations while explaining our thought process to prepare for the STAAR. So yes, we can rock the STAAR. So let's go. Our sound check for today. Match the word problem to the correct model, then solve. Remember, 2 parts. Match, solve. Lily's puppy grew 2 inches every week. How many inches did he grow in 9 weeks? So look at each of these 3 models. Identify which of these 3 models matches the word problem. Then solve the word problem. I'm going to pause. You're going to pause. You're going to solve. And then we're going to come back and we're going to chalk this one out. See you in a minute. Alrighty, Bruce. So I paused, you solved. I'm going to come back. We're going to talk this problem out. So what do we know about this problem? As you were reading it on your own, as you were working through it on your own, what did you identify that helped you solve it out? Now, I know you're at the stuff. You're asking me questions that you know I can't answer because you're asking me in the future and I'm in the past. Or I'm the future and you're in the past. It gets confusing. It's late at night. You know, Miss Smith. It's Miss Smith. And then on top of that, I'm in Florida. You're in Texas. Awkward. Kind of, yeah. So let's talk it out. I'm going to talk it out for you. I'm going to pretend that you are answering. Not unlike every day in class. So Lily's puppy grew 2 inches every week. How many inches did he grow in 9 weeks? So what are some things we already know? Yes, we know that we're talking about a puppy. Is that the most important thing that we need to know to solve this problem? Could it be a cat? Yeah. Could it be a turtle? Absolutely. Could it be a snake? No, it can't be a snake because I draw the line when it's not going to be a snake. It could be a goldfish. We could totally talk about Lily's goldfish growing 2 inches every week. I think if it grew 2 inches every week, it probably wouldn't be a goldfish, but I'm not a goldfish expert. So I don't know. But does it being a puppy determine how we solve this? No. It helps us. It adds to the story. So that's cool that it's a puppy. Does not determine how we solve it. So Lily's puppy grew. So we know it's increasing. So Lily's puppy grew. So I'm going to put an up arrow because we know it is increasing. We don't want it to shrink. That would be sad. So Lily's puppy grew 2 inches every week. So I'm going to circle 2 inches every week. How many inches did he grow? There's that increase again. I'm going to put that up arrow again. In 9 weeks. So we're looking for this increase, this growth over a period of time. What is that period of time? Is it 2 days? Is it 9 days? No, it is 9 weeks. So we're looking for that increase, that growth in 9 weeks. So are there any clue words, anything that would tell us if we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? Well, we know that we're not subtracting. And then if we're not subtracting, we're definitely not dividing, because repeated subtraction is just division, because it's an increase, because he's growing. So we know it's not subtraction. We know it's not division. So is it multiplication or addition? So let's look a little bit closer. So 2 inches every week for 9 weeks. When we are multiplying, what do we have to have? Multiplication is repeated addition of equal groups. So as long as we have equal groups, that is multiplication. It's repeated addition of equal groups. So it could be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. How many times did I say 4? I said 4 5 times. So as long as we added 4 5 times, and we're increasing it. Yes, as long as we're saying 4 or 5 times, that's repeated equal groups of 4. Yes, Trisha, use your brain. Miss Smith, use your brain. So we know, are there equal groups? Use your brain. Miss Smith, not kids. Miss Smith, use your brain. It's at the end of a long day. Let's see. 2 inches every week. Did that change from week 1 to week 2? Nope, it was 2 inches every week. And how many weeks did we look at this 2 inches? 9 weeks. So from week 1 to week 2, did that change? That 2 inches? Nope. Week 2 to week 3, did that change? Did it go from 2 inches to 3 inches to 4 inches? Nope, it was always 2 inches. So we know our problem. How are we going to solve this? We have 2 and 9. So those are our two numbers. What operation are we going to do? Are we adding or subtract? Adding or multiplying? We are multiplying. So either way, we're going to multiply to get our answer. But there were 2 different parts that we needed to do. We had to correctly identify the model and then solve. So we know our problem is 2 times 9. Which model correctly identifies 2 times 9? Let's look at A. A, we have a number line, and in that number line is broken up into groups of 2. We see one hop, one group of 2, 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 one group of 2. Now, we need to make sure that this number line is broken up into groups of 2. We already see that, but how many times? It has to be broken up 9 times. Let's check and make sure. We have our first hop, 1, our second hop, 2, third hop, 3, fourth hop, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So That number line going from our first hop to our last hop is broken up into equal groups of 2, and it shows 9 equal hops. So it shows 9 weeks, and each week shows groups of 2 or 2 inches. So A is our correct model. We don't even have to look at the other models. We can. B, we're seeing groups of 4. Remember, we talked about this today. Even here, this is still a group of 4. It's arranged in a different way. That group of 4 can be arranged in a snake-like pattern as long as it's still together. And it's groups of 4. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 groups of 4. Definitely doesn't work. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 and 1, 2, 3. 8 and 3, definitely not. So no and no. So A is our model. What is the correct answer? 2 times 9. If you don't have the automaticity, what is the correct answer for 2 times 9? We can just skip count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So 2 times 9 is 18. So how many inches did Lily's puppy grow in 9 weeks? Lily's puppy grew 18 inches in 9 weeks. So today, in our vocabulary that rocks, we have a couple of vocabulary words we need to go over. Our first one being add. This one's a hard one. I don't know if y'all are going to get this one. Add, combining 2 or more numbers to find the sum or total. Our example, if you have 19 guitar picks and buy 7 more, you can find the total or sum by adding. That's so hard. 14 plus 7 equals 21. Divide, splitting a total, the dividend, into equal groups, the divisor, to find out how many groups there are or how many are in each group. For example, 24 divided by 6 equals 4, which means 24 items split into 6 equal groups gives us 4 per group. Input-output tables. Listen and look carefully. Input and output tables follow a rule that changes the first number, which is the input number, into a new number, the output number, in a predictable way, that by finding patterns to see if the numbers are connected by using addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. How do we find the rule? 1, look at the numbers in the input column. So look at the numbers in that input column. 2, look at the numbers in the output column. 3, ask yourself, what operation? Are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? What operation changes the input to the output? Can we add, subtract, multiply, or divide to change those numbers? Then test your rule on all of those pairs. So if we look at this one and we see the input is 5 and the output is 7, and then we look at the next, what is the difference between 5 and 7? Is it going up? So we have input 5, output 7. Is the output going up from the input or down from the input? It's going up. By how much? 5, 6, 7. It's going up by 2. All right, so let's check the next one. 10 and 12. 10 and 12. Our input is 10, our output is 12. Is our output going up or down from the input? It's still going up. but by how much? What's the difference between 10 and 12? Let's see. 10, 11, 12. Ooh, you're adding 2 more. So just like the first one, we just added 2 more to the input to get the output. All right, let's see the next one. Then the third line down. The input is 1, the output is 3. So our output is it increasing or decreasing? It is increasing. What is it increasing by? It is increasing by 1, 2. So we go up by 2 from 1 to get to 3. And finally, we have 6 is our input and 8 is our output. Is it increasing or decreasing? It is increasing. And how much do we increase by? We increase by 2 to get from 6 to 8. So for this input and output table, our rule is increasing from our input to our output by adding 2. Multiply. Multiply, finding the total number or product of objects in equal groups. Remember, when we are multiplying 2 factors together to find that total number or the product. For example, a band plays 3 concerts, and at each concert, they use 4 guitar picks. To find out how many picks are used, we multiply 3 times 4, and we get 12. And finally, subtract. Finding the difference between 2 numbers. For example, if a drummer has 18 drumsticks and loses 5, oh no, we subtract to find how many are left. 18 minus 5 equals 13. And we tell that drummer to stop losing those. So what are you doing? You are going to look at each of these input and output tables, and you are going to decide, is this table an increase, an addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division input or output table? All right. Tomorrow, as a whole group, we will come back and go over these answers. We're going to do the first one together. Today, I just want you to go through and look at each of these. Decide if it's an addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division input or output table. Whatever you think it is, just move your record to the table. And then, like I said, tomorrow we will go over our answers. So you're going to do that for each of these tables. Rock star thinking. As math rock stars, we know that we don't just pluck at our numbers. That just don't pluck numbers and make guesses. We break down each problem step by step, just like learning a hit song. When we slow down and analyze the questions by carefully reading all of the information, we make sure we understand what's being asked and avoid those silly, trickersome mistakes. This way, we can solve our math problems with confidence, just like rock stars performing on stage. So, who's ready to rock their math thinking and leave the number plucking to the guitars? I hope you guys are. So, what you're going to do, you're going to read each of these problems, solve the problems, and then once again, we will review this as a whole group tomorrow. So Greg had a package of 14 stars to put on 2 posters shown. He put the same number of stars on each poster, and he used all the stars in the package. So you can model it out if you want to, but you still need to identify the correct answer. When you do, you can drop your mic on the page. Do the same for The next question, Edward had Eddie. You're here. You are on our question. Edward had 26 hamburgers. He used a total of 78 pickle slices on the hamburgers. He put the same number of pickle slices on each hamburger. The strip diagram shows how to find the number of pickle slices Edward put on each hamburger. Which diagram shows how to find the number of pickle slices Edward put on the hamburger? So think about what this question is asking you. All right, break it down, identify the important information. Think about what this question is asking you to do. Is it, I'm not going to tell you. I want you to think. Stop and think. There are 8 oranges in each bag for sale at the store. Which table shows the relationship between the number of bags and the number of oranges in the bag? Pay close attention. And then finally, answer the question. Liam is setting up chairs for a concert. He arranges 5 rows of 6 chairs in each row. Write a multiplication equation to find the total number of chairs. Write a division equation to find how you can use the total. Write a division equation to show how you can use the total to find the number of chairs for one row. Can you explain how multiplication and division are related using Liam's chairs as an example? And then on a scale of 1 to 4, with 4 being rock star ready, how confident do you feel about finding the rule in an input and output table if you had to do it on the STAAR test? 1, I have a little bit of stage fright. I'm not confident yet, but I know I can do it with more practice and rehearsal time. 2, I feel like I'm in the opening band already. A little bit more confident, but I know I can give me some practice. 3, I'm a headliner. I'm solving with confidence. I just need to stay focused so that I don't make those silly trick-or-some mistakes and fall on stage. 4, I am rock star ready. So, I will see you tomorrow. I love you all. Hasta to la pasta. Bye.